Look what just came in the mail. Ah, so cute. My desk is so messy right now, but I don't care. I need to open this package. This is a cute little art swap I did with Studio Maggie. I've been following Megan's work for a while now, and her stuff's are really cute. She mentioned wanting to send me some of her stuff, and I've actually been wanting to buy her work as well, so I was like, why don't we do a swap? And she agreed to it. Here is what she sent me. I have no idea what's in it. I'm gonna open it now. What does this note say? Hi Claudia, thank you for agreeing to trade with me. I've been a huge fan of your work for years now. Oh, and your videos on freelancing were very helpful to me at the start of my freelance journey. Keep being amazing. Oh, you're amazing too. Even the washi tape is so cute. I can't throw these away. Look at this washi tape. Oh my god. No way. Look at these memo pads. They're so cute. How am I supposed to use these? They're so nice. Look at these designs. These are so nice. I'll probably never use these. These are officially my family heirlooms. I really like this onigiri illustration she did. It's two onigiri kissing. Oh, Mamechi, you sent me way too much. Oh my god, it's a Suncatcher sticker. This is the best. Just look how cute these are. And Mamechi, I love Mamechi. I actually got Mamechi on my Tamagotchi today, so this is very fitting. Here's Devil Mamechi. Look at them together. I'm dying. I'm running out of space, but one of these have to go on my laptop. Thank you so much. These are so cute. Oh my god. I love this. This is so cute, and it's getting really hot outside now. This is perfect. Summer is coming. I'll be wearing this a lot. Oh, I'm so happy. This is so nice. Oh, there's another sticker. It says 0 thoughts. There's a matching tote bag. Oh, I like the quality of this. I'm gonna take this to Woolies and do my grocery shop, and everyone in Perth is gonna be so jealous of me. Is this a frog print? It is a frog print. Oh my god. Oh, these are adorable. I'm so mad that I'm living in a rental right now, so I can't drill holes on my wall, but I will be buying frames and I'll be framing these. Look at these Riso prints. They're so gorgeous. Oh, how many frames do I need? Okay, I'm gonna do an IKEA frame shop soon. Oh, I'm so happy. Thanks for sending me all of these. And honestly, I know you said like my videos or like my advice helped you with starting a business in the beginning, but I just want to say you're inspiring me to create more work now. Like, these are so gorgeous. You're an absolutely amazing artist, so talented. Go check out Studio Maggie on YouTube and Instagram and Patreon. She's on a lot of platforms. Just follow her on everywhere. She's amazing. Thank you so much. I'll be using everything and choosing what sticker to put on my laptop now. It's probably going to take me an hour, but thank you. This has totally made my day. I'm going to go back to glazing and choosing stickers. All right, I'm going to go. I'm talking too much. Thank you. I'm so excited. I'm going to see Billie Eilish now. Oh my god. I can't believe she's in Perth. Where are my socks? I need socks.
This is my last show.
Hello! Just wanted to chat with you guys before I end this video. It's officially my 3rd year into working as an artist full-time, which is crazy. Where has the time gone? I asked you guys on Instagram if there was anything you'd like to know in regards to how I run a business or like being an artist full-time. Managed to get loads of replies on Instagram. I'm just gonna try answer those questions today, and hopefully I can be a bit of help if you need some advice on how you can transition from your current work to becoming an artist full-time, or if you just have any questions about my art or like how I run my business. I have loads of stories to share with you guys, and turns out a lot of you are really interested in pursuing art full-time, so I know exactly what it feels like to be stuck in that awkward stage of not knowing whether to pursue your passion or to pursue a career that gives you financial stability and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to tell you my experience today, and hopefully what I share with you help you make those decisions easier. Before I start answering questions, just a bit of backstory for you guys in case you've never seen my work before and this is like the first video of mine that you're looking at and you're like, what do you even do? I'm a ceramic artist and illustrator based in Perth, Australia, and I've been working as an artist full-time for 3 years now and am hoping to continue to work as an artist till the day I die. So the first question I got was, what did you do before becoming a full-time artist? I actually never studied art at university. I did a double degree in Korean studies and media studies for my bachelor degrees. Crafting and drawing has always been something that I do on the side just for fun, and I don't even tell anyone about it or like show anyone my work. It was just something that I do secretly at home whenever like I have no plans. I would just paint for the whole day or just like make things for friends, but I never really told anyone about it, and the few people that have seen the creative side of me kind of just saw it as like this side thing that I really love to do. Like they never saw it as, hey, you could grow it into a business or a career. It was nothing like that, because I literally hide that side of me so much to a point where it was just never part of my identity. And when I was doing my 2 bachelor degrees, that was when I decided to try maybe make some money out of my crafts. Everything started when I applied for a market one time, and it was a market here in Perth. I applied for this free stall space, and it was at an arts event, and you could only apply if you were an emerging artist, and obviously I was, because I had never sold anything before and I was so new to this industry. So I applied for it thinking they're probably not going to choose me because my portfolio had like 2 paintings on it. It was just so little. I just didn't think I had an interesting enough portfolio to persuade someone to give me a stall space where I was expected to sell things, but my application went through. And I remember I was both excited and just terrified when I received that application approval, because 1, people are finally going to see my artwork, and 2, I have literally nothing to sell. Between getting that application approval and the actual market happening, I had a 3-month gap to prepare for it and to figure out what I want to sell at this event. During those 3 months, I experimented with many different art mediums. I drew, I crafted. I did manage to fill up a 1-meter table full of my own creations, and that was one of the most fulfilling day of my life, because I received so much validation for something that I just do on the side. People would come and not only pay for my artwork, but tell me like, hey, like you could really make something out of this business, like you should keep doing this, you know. And that really gave me like a confidence boost, as well as kind of like this new identity that I could build on, like, oh my god, I'm an artist. After that market, I decided to open my own Etsy shop where I just put up like random artworks or like crafts that I do, and there were no scheduled shop drops. It was just like random drops of like 5 items every 3 months. Like it was extremely badly curated, but I would have sales once in a while, and that was like more than enough for me, because to me, I never thought I was going to do art full time. It was always just going to be this side thing that makes me happy. And apart from doing that on the side, I was doing a lot of retail work at different stores. I worked in retail for so long. Like I worked at clothing stores and stationery stores. I also did tutoring for kids, worked as a receptionist. I just went through so many part-time casual jobs. And by the time I graduated from my 2 bachelor degrees, I decided to keep studying. So I did a master's degree in translation, which kind of made me not want to be a translator. Like, I feel like the more I studied translation, the more I felt like it wasn't for me. It's a very, very interesting industry to study, but it really just isn't for me. So when I was doing my master's, I was already running my tiny little Etsy shop for like 3-ish years, and it had already gotten, you know, a fair amount of traffic. More people had already seen what I do, is getting like more exposure, but still I did not think I would do it full-time ever. So when I graduated from my master's, that was like one of the most awkward and weird and stressful time of my life, because I literally didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. And all my friends would always be like, you should just do your art full time, you know, like, why are you looking for a job? But to me, I just never saw art as my profession, because one, I never studied it. Like, I just felt like I never had the credentials to offer something that's so good that will make me like a legitimate career. I just wasn't confident that I had that much to offer and could be financially sustainable if I were to do it full time. So again, I went back to doing retail part-time and then also my art on the side. So kind of like 2 part-time thing to become my full-time work, you know what I mean? And obviously that wasn't ideal because I hated my day job, and it got to a point where I just told myself like, there's not going to be anything else in the world that I would rather do more than crafting and illustrating, just my art stuff. And at the time I was doing commissions for people and getting a lot more requests from customers, and I actually started to not have time to cater to 2 jobs at the same time, because I just had so much commission work pending, and then my day job was kind of like taking up a lot of time, which gives me like a huge backlog of art things that I still need to tend to. It was just stressful. I think I only made the jump and decided to be a full-time artist when I didn't have the time to cater to the 2 part-time things I was doing. I made the decision to stop job searching, stop my other day job, and just to put all my concentration and time on doing my art. So yeah, in short, before I was doing art full time, I was studying, doing a bunch of jobs I didn't like, and feeling really lost. And luckily that didn't last long, and I am where I am today. 3rd year into doing art full time. I'm very happy. Second question, was it a difficult transition from a normal job to a full-time artist? Definitely yes and no. Yes, because that was when the financial stress starts kicking in. Like the reality that my income was entirely dependent on my business performance just rolled in. Like that realization came very quickly. I instantly put quite a bit of pressure on myself to do well, or at least like try my very, very, very best to work towards like the goal that I had in mind, which was just to be financially sustainable. It made me a bit more anxious, and I was quite hard on myself whenever I took breaks, because part of me would feel like I'm failing my business and I'm not working hard enough, and that like as a startup I cannot afford to like rest, which is a pretty toxic way to go about all of this. But that was the difficult part for me when transitioning into a full-time artist. And I also say no, it wasn't difficult, because I was finally doing something I really, really love. Back when I was doing the day jobs that I didn't like, I literally dreaded every day because I knew I had to do this thing that I really disliked. So for me personally, that financial stress that I get from transitioning into becoming a full-time artist is so insignificant compared to the dreadful feeling that I feel about having to go to a work that I don't want to do. I understood that no matter what industry I walk into, there's gonna be like pros and cons. Even if I was doing something that I absolutely love, I'm gonna have difficulties here and there. Also, another thing that made me quite happy was that I get to work alone. It's not that I hate connecting with people, it's just I'm a really, really creative person and I have all these ideas in my head all the time. And when I work for somebody, or if I have like a boss who tells me what to do, I always have 10 other ideas that I want to try that I can't because of like, you know, company restrictions, or like the boss doesn't agree with your ideas. But when I work for myself and work alone, I can try and do whatever I want, and I can have my own work schedule, you know. Like that freedom to me is the best feeling ever. So yeah, my answer is yes and no. There's always going to be difficulties, whatever you do. Even if you're doing something you absolutely love, there's going to be difficulties, and that's totally fine. 3 years into running this business, I still face difficulties every single week. It's normal, and I'm happy to deal with these current difficulties that I have, because when I overcome these difficulties, the end result is something that would benefit my business. So yeah, working as a full-time artist, best decision ever. Love it. Third question is, how did you learn to work with clay? I took pottery courses at community colleges here in Perth. I did around a year and a bit of courses, and I also practice on my own outside of class time a lot. It helps that I have a shop because I can keep crafting things and selling whatever pieces that look good and turn out well, you know. That's where I learned to do pottery. As for other clay works like polymer clay, I'm completely self-taught. I feel like it's just something you can really practice on your own because the materials and tools are so accessible. You can easily buy these things from art stores. And yeah, as cringe as it is, practice makes perfect. The more you craft, the more professional your artwork looks. I definitely don't think my skills are top-notch though, so I still have a lot to learn. Next question is, when was the last time you were worried about the money coming in not enough to cover bills? Every day. Well, I'm very, very lucky to have you guys and to have built a following enough to give me like good traffic whenever I have shop drops and stuff like that. That constant support really, really gives me financial stability, and I'm very grateful for it because I know it's really hard to get that kind of traction online. I definitely do not take that for granted, and I work very hard to try keep that traction going and like just keep you guys interested in my work. So I think my worry comes from me being scared of not being able to keep you guys around more so than like, oh, I don't have enough money now, especially with all the changes in like, you know, social media algorithm. I feel like you've got to do a lot more to get people's attention these days. It's hard to keep up with trends and it's hard to keep up with technology, and that makes me stressed about not being able to pay my bills in the future, you know. Just so grateful for your support, and also want you to know that even 3 years into running my business full time and like 7 years since I started this business, this is still a worry that is like at the back of my head. So you're not alone if you're facing these issues as well. And I also feel like there are slow months when it comes to sale, especially after like a big seasonal thing. Like after Christmas, sales usually slow down a little bit because people have spent like 2 months shopping like crazy, or like after Black Friday, people slow down a little on buying things because they want to, you know, wait for the Christmas sales and stuff like that. I remember when I was first starting out, during those slow periods, I would get so anxious and be like, oh my God, do I need to change my career? This is not working out. Talking to other artists really, really helped, and they would tell me like, hey, like, don't freak out, it happens, like we do have slow months as well. Even if you know that this is normal and this is just how sales work, that worry of not being able to pay your bills will always be there. You just got to have to learn to live with it, you know. Try and make that your motivation into working harder, or like to keep going, keep doing what you're doing, because like I said, that worry is just always going to be there. Just might as well make it a productive thing, you know. Next question is, any advice on how to get more online interaction with your page if you're a new creator? It's just so hard these days, you know, with the algorithm change and like, oh my God, just so many new things to keep up with. I feel like social media was so much easier back when I first started. Like you literally just have to take nice photos and you'll succeed. And these days it's like, oh no, you gotta post at this certain time, you gotta make videos, and like, no, don't just make videos, make reels. Make sure you don't say certain things or you'll be shadow banned. So I do understand the struggle if you're first starting out. Like even for me, I have built a following on my social media platforms, but I still struggle to grow my account. I feel like these days the best thing you should do is just to branch out. You should use different platforms. If you're on Instagram, try Twitter as well. Twitter has been so fun. Like I recently started using Twitter again, and turns out I really enjoy Twitter. Like it's so fun and there's so much on there, and it's very basic, it's so easy to use. Also, I've been starting to do more videos on YouTube, and obviously it's slow to start building a following, but I think it helps to be visible on different platforms. Sometimes if I'm just watching, you know, vlogs on YouTube, I'm like, hey, I would totally follow this artist on Instagram. Why have I never seen their work? You know, like just branch out, give yourself as much exposure as you can, and you know, it's free of charge advertisement at the end of the day. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. You would be surprised how fun some of these other platforms are. I've also been thinking of doing Patreon. That sounds really fun. I feel like there's so much to try out, so I hope this was helpful. The next question is, how do you overcome burnouts when you really need to make more products? That's a really good question because I do make art every single day in order to, make it in time for shop drops and to have a sustainable income. It can be very intense, like my schedule. Like the type of work I do is not repetitive, but the routine is. Like I'm making different types of pots every day and making different earrings and accessories every day, but the routine is repetitive and it's very, very fast paced. And like any other normal human being, I do get burnouts, and when that happens, usually, preferably, I would want to stop working as soon as possible. Like just take a day or even a week off. I just need to be out of my workspace, rest up, meet people, talk to people until I'm in a good headspace, and that's when like new ideas can come in and I can work feeling happy, Otherwise I'll just make a bunch of stuff that I really hate. That usually happens when I'm going through a burnout. I think when running a business, the hard part about having a burnout is when you stop work, you kind of like stop your income. So there is the contradiction of you're feeling rested and you no longer have a burnout, but then you suddenly have this massive stress of potentially not being able to pay your bills. So for me personally, in order to tackle both problems, I would usually work on something that can make me money. It's not something that I usually do. That way I overcome the burnout, but at the same time, I'm not stopping my source of income. For example, I get really, really sick of pottery and I just need to be out of the studio. In that case, I would work on more video content, do more illustration work. I think whenever I have burnouts, it's more just from the exhaustion of doing that thing over and over again, as opposed to like, I no longer like this craft anymore and I don't know what I'm doing. I did have a really bad burnout a few years back, like before I even started pottery. Had a huge burnout, didn't create anything for months and just felt really bad about where my art was going, was close to like giving up on it because I just felt like it was going nowhere. And that was when I started doing pottery courses, and it was like something I'd never tried before. It was so different. That helped me overcome my burnout at the time because I had found like a new passion. I started doing pottery a lot more, and it's now one of the main things that I do as an artist. Basically, whenever I have a burnout, I just need to separate myself from my usual environment or like my usual routine, and that usually helps. Next question is, what's your schedule like and how do you keep being efficient? I have a very strict schedule that I follow. I am a timetable person. I need time allocated for each task that I need to do, and that's how I get things done very efficiently. If I don't work on a schedule and I just do things when I feel like it, I can never get anything done. My usual week would be on Monday, I fire my ceramics, I do glazing, and on Tuesday I throw, on Wednesday I trim, and on Thursdays and Fridays I start doing photos and curating content for social media for the week or the following. This is a recurring cycle that I follow every single week. And on shop drop weeks, I would do my shop drop on Saturday and pack orders on Sunday and ship them out on Monday morning. It maximizes my productivity. This work routine just works for me. It might be really intense for some people, but it just works for me and it makes me feel really good. I feel energized when I'm productive. Having a routine really, really helps, especially when you're running your own business. You have to have a lot of self-discipline. Otherwise, you're not going to make any money. You're just going to waste all your time. So, 3 years into doing this full time, still learning, but have found a routine that works for me and my business. I only have time for one more question, but here we go. Last question is, I'm in love with your work, wondering what's been your biggest challenge as an artist so far. Definitely finding that balance between making work that I like and making work that the majority of my audience likes. I've noticed at every single shop drop, my favorite pieces always sell last, which is a little sad, but maybe also because I'm quite experimental when it comes to like crafting. People do need time to warm up to new ideas. Sometimes it's just like, in order to have that financial stability, obviously you want to make all the popular items, but that really stalls my growth as an artist. And like, I want to try new things or like try new methods, learn new things, put new products out for you guys, but it's not always as well received as I envision things to be. So I will always say this though, I'm very lucky. I'll continue to work very hard for you guys. It makes me so happy when you guys buy my work, because like just knowing that one of my artworks that I made with my hands is somewhere around, you know, the globe at someone's house making someone else happy, that makes all the time and effort so worth it. And to be able to do that and also pay my bills is like, is there a better job in this world? You know, I'm 3 years into doing my art full time because of you, and hopefully this continues on. I have so many exciting things to show you guys in the coming months and years. I have a children's book coming next year, which I'm very excited about, and I'm also working towards like getting my own pottery studio with like all the equipments that I need in it. I envision myself to just keep growing as an artist and just really want and need to say thank you to you guys, you know? So that's it for this video today. I hope this video was useful to you and interesting. Always love chatting with you guys. If you have more questions for me, feel free to chat with me in the comments below, or like message me on Instagram, wherever you want. I'd be happy to talk, and I'll chat with you again soon. Bye!